Good morning, Giants.
Hey, everybody.
My timer's showing like a minute in already, and we just barely started. We're just getting started. Good
Well,
morning,
we did.
Sandra.
Good morning. Good morning, Jen.
So we got a little topic today we're going to talk about that came up this week, and I want to first honor the person that did what they did. It said what they said. So we had a participant, a giant in the tribe, that reached out and said, "Hey, if this is a religious group, that's cool, and I hope you guys continue and you have success with it, but it doesn't work for me." And so as I was looking at our group, I was like, man, does it feel like it's a religious group? And it brought up in me all these emotions and feelings like, I don't want this to be a religious group. I want it to be a neutral group where it fits everybody and everybody's comfortable. And so he hit me back and shared some more information. I won't share names, here out of respect for this person. This is a good dude. But he shared some posts, and one of the things that I had to sit with and that we've been talking about in the League of Giants is, man, how do we manage this? Do we need to set rules around it? And the thought keeps coming back, no, because people are going to share what works for them in their own way in their journey. And we're going to see stuff that's religious. We're going to see stuff that's non-religious. And it's learning to embrace those differences, because there's information that goes on the wall, and we try not to regulate it too much unless it's just spammy or somebody's trying to convert somebody or they get in conflict. Like, I don't want conflict around it, but we should be able to have a space where we can embrace our differences and talk about those openly. And so it was interesting to see what came up. What came up for you guys in that experience?
Go ahead, Ryan.
Sandra. See.
Good morning, Amy.
Yeah, I have a lot on religion. I can get I don't like stuff pushed at me. I had a lot pushed at me as a child, and it triggers me. It triggers me big time. But I do know that my triggers are my opportunity to heal. What a trigger is a stress response that hasn't been allowed to totally run its course.
Yeah.
So if I can go into that trigger and figure out what's behind here, then I can actually heal what's there, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's how I took it, and that's how I've worked through my stuff with religion. And when people, and there's also this place that I have to be careful is trying to, because I'm really like, I don't want people pushing their way on me.
Yeah.
But in that you take a stance that, so you want to collect all the people around you who feel the same, right?
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing as they're doing by
yeah, if I push a view of neutrality, right? Like, I want everybody to be neutral. That's
so
no different.
right?
Yeah, it's no different from somebody coming at me and saying, I want you to be religious or spiritual or atheist or any of this. And it's like, it's the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's that you need to do it my way. And then you look for that agreement. And I don't want that for this space. It's like people should be able to come on and talk about what they believe and how that serves them in their Giants journey, whatever that is. The challenge I get into where it really hits me is like when it gets to like, you need to do it this way, or this is the only way. It's a way. It's a way of doing it. Yeah, people who channel galactic beings for Kundalini. Is that welcome? Yes, actually.
Very welcome.
It has to be. I mean, one of the questions that he asks is, if I talk about a non-belief, a non-theistic view, is that going to be welcomed in here, or am I going to get shut down because I don't believe in a God? And man, I want the space to be like, you can share what helps you to grow. Anything that helps you to reach your highest potential and serves you in your life, that's great. But if you come in and say, well, I don't want to take this Judeo-Christian view and plug that in because I don't believe in it, and that's garbage. Well, that's not fair to the person that does believe in that, and it does serve them.
I think part of being a giant too is just that, is being able to hold space for anybody where they're at in their giant's journey, and that it doesn't mean you have to convert to what they're doing or what where they're at, but an understanding of an acceptance of all cultures, all religions. Um, just because I don't agree with everything. There's been stuff that's been posted that I'm like, that doesn't work for me. But I love the person, and I encourage that person to continue on their giant's journey and
Yeah.
do what's right for them, because it's not my position to tell them what's right for them in their journey, because
Yeah.
it's their life to live, and they've got stuff to that's coming to them, what their inspiration, their revelation, whatever's going on in their life. They're the ones that have to make that decision and go down it. And I think we would limit severely if we started, I don't want to
Yeah.
be Facebook. I don't want to go in and silence people for believing a certain way.
Yeah.
I think we'll miss out on some of the most beautiful giants in the world and their story if we go down that path.
It
Yeah,
really
it's their
does.
journey. Yep.
Yeah, it's not a matter of we need to accept everything. The reality is the tribe is there to help people grow in their journey in their own way. But there's so many different ways to do it. And holding a space that's safe where you can come in and talk about anything, like, this is what I believe, it's not a matter of this is what I believe and I need you to believe the same way as me so that we can move forward. That doesn't work, because then you're not honoring that person's beliefs that are different from yours. And
I think
so,
it's pretty simple too. Like, there is a scroll button. You can just go past it. If it doesn't align for you, I guarantee you there's like 40 something pieces of content almost daily, I swear. Like I look at it and I can't even keep up anymore. Like I can't comment,
yeah,
share
wow.
everything that I
Yeah.
want to. If you don't like that particular post, close your eyes and count to 20, and then look back again, and I'll almost guarantee you there's something different. Or scroll past it down to the bottom and read back up again. I don't know, but
It's like going to a store. Say you're going to the grocery store and you're picking up all the stuff, and you're picking up your stuff you don't want because it's there. It's like getting angry. It's like getting angry because you have
damn
to
this mustard.
leave it there. Like, leave it there. It's not for you. Don't grab it.
What a great analogy.
Ah,
Damn it, there's Wrigley's gum, and I hate Wrigley's gum. I
the
can't
worst.
stand it.
Anyways,
Yeah. Sprite. Who drinks Sprite? What terrible human drinks Sprite?
You're
And
welcome,
they have
Sprite
it
and Wrigley's.
Yeah. That is such a great analogy. Because that's what we're doing here is we have this marketplace really of ideas. And you can go in. I love that. Like, hit the handle on the jackpot, the slot machine, right? And let it spin for a minute. You'll get something new, I promise. So just hit the button or scroll down and you'll see something that does align for you.
Yeah,
Use
and if
that.
yeah, and if there's something that aligns for you, or someone, a league member or whatever, man, I don't care if you Facebook stalk me. Come see what else I posted on my wall.
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
find something useful there. You can do that, and then spend some time, resonating with particular giants that are in there, and I think you could keep yourself pretty busy doing just that. If you're so focused on finding the bad, guess what? Or finding what doesn't align with you.
That's
Here's
it.
the here's
It's
the
not
neat
bad or
thing.
good.
he-
It's
Here's the neat thing that I mean, you might label it good or bad in your brain, but if it doesn't align for you, your brain's gonna find whatever it wants. Whatever you think it's going to find stuff to support it. So if you have a problem with something, it's just going to keep finding things that support that. And you're going to see it all over the place. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So
You know, that's the interesting thing about Facebook is it brings you more of what you have on your wall. So as you post certain things, you start to see more things like that because Facebook's like, here you go. And so if you pursue the negativity on Facebook, you'll see more negativity. If you pursue positivity, you'll see more positivity. If you pursue Christian, Buddhism, Muslim, atheism, it doesn't matter. You'll see more of that because that's the way their algorithms are set up. And so I first, I want to go back to honoring this person because they had the courage to say what was true for them. And it triggered within me some work to be done because I didn't realize, here I am, I present this to the league. I'm like, how should we handle this? Should we set up rules? And I go right into my safety net of surviving that feeling, right? And then I put it out there like, this isn't me. And the league all says, this is a mirror of you. And I'm like, dang it, I got to do some work. And so I did. And I'm learning so much from this experience. We all have differences. I'm not even reading these comments. There's so many good comments coming through. I'm going to have to go back and watch. But there's an opportunity to look at this as a mirror. What is it bringing up in you that's having you feel that way? And there's an opportunity for growth right there. Right, Sandra?
Yeah, I was just thinking like the giant journey is really a journey within yourself. It's not even a journey like you're doing things and you're trying to help people, but really it's a journey going within yourself, right? You're trying to be the best you can be. It's always going into you and why are you triggered? What is it doing within myself? That's how I see my journey anyways. It really
can I just point out that there's a lot of Canadians on this call.
Yeah.
Man, you're killing it. Those Canadians are the best.
I think I'm moving to Canada.
Welcome.
You guys have Costco there, right? I'm going to come up. If you have Costco, I'm in.
We have Costco.
I love it. Well, this is good. I mean, this is a healthy conversation to have because we are going to see differences. We're going to see people talking about God. We're going to see people talking about energy work. We're going to see people talking about their angels. We're going to see people who are atheists. We're going to see Christians. We're going to see Mormons and Baptists and all kinds of backgrounds. Yeah, I say Mormons because we're in Utah and that's pretty common here. But
I think that like when I'm writing a message, I used to come from this place of I need to get people to see my view, where that's not when you're putting yourself out there as a giant, you're not looking to get people to shift to your view. All you're doing is finding your tribe, right? You're finding the people who align with where you're at already. If they don't align, they're going to fall away anyways. So if you can come from a place of I'm speaking my truth because this is my truth and not I need to convince you to see it my way, there's a different energy than if you're trying to convince someone that you are right.
Yeah, this is good here. An educated mind can entertain a new or different idea and not take it as your personal belief system. Simply hear it, see it. Doesn't mean you have to accept it as your core belief. Yeah. It's allowed space for it. Yeah, that's great. Man, beautiful. That's beautiful. There's so much to learn inside of this. And it's not just around religion or spirituality. It's around other things. I see triggers come up for me around all kinds of posts. And it's an opportunity for me to sit and look at it and say, okay, what needs to be done within me? And so any other thoughts? Man, it's blowing up. I love this. Should we read some of these and respond? Sorry, Sandra, I'm covering. I'll put you up here. I love this message so much. I've learned I can still have a conversation with my mom who lives in the Amish culture. And simply because I can honor her truth as hers and still have my own truth. Man, wow.
There you go.
Yeah. So true. Amy said you attract authenticity when you can stay in your authenticity. And it's so different. Every one of us gets to decide what aligns for us individually. Like those beliefs that you talk about, those beliefs are an individual choice. A truth is an individual choice. We get to decide what truths we want to hang on to. Nora, yeah, thank you, Nora. Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, this is a conversation that's hitting home, it seems like, for a lot of people. It's, how can we hold space inside of the tribe of giants where we allow for all these different views to come up that are a part of a person's giant's journey, and be respectful around that. If this guy wants to post something that's non-theistic and it's helpful, good God, please post it. Or good no God, like post it.
Yes. Good God or no good God.
It doesn't matter. Like post it. Like instead of taking that stance of, okay, the offensiveness, right? People get in that space of offense. And being a giant means that you can hold space for different views, like that person said. And I'm sorry I couldn't see your name on here. But taking offense is an internal thing. That's within you.
Taking offense is really, like, when you go into it, there's a part of you that's actually doubting your own belief, and you have to you're trying to fight for your own belief, and there's a part of you that doesn't believe it if you have to fight for it, right?
Yeah. And man, we have beliefs around so many different things, right?
Yeah.
Like so many different things. And each one is an opportunity. When you come up against a trigger, it's an opportunity to look at it and to grow from it. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of it, but you can at least know, if you keep it and you hang on to it, that's your truth. Yeah, that's your truth. Yep. And you know where your boundaries are around certain things, but at least you've taken a look at it. As long as we're putting it out there, then it's not our issue. There's nothing to work on. It's everybody else's problem. You need to fix this for me. I'm offended. You need to fix this for me. I got to turn that mirror right around and have you look in the mirror and see it, because this might not be my work to do. This might be yours.
And the thing with triggers is, the more triggers you have, the more ways you can be knocked out of your peace, right?
Yeah.
If you are triggered all the time, you can't be in peace. You are in chaos all the time. So the more you can go into your triggers and heal whatever's behind your triggers, the more peace you have.
Yeah. Beautiful. This is awesome. Holy crap. This is like so many comments.
The giants that are out there too, watching currently, and some of you will catch the replay, and there's some absolute amazing giants that will catch the replay as well. But these giants that are commenting, amazing. You guys are amazing people. I know you. We've had lots of interaction, and so we welcome and appreciate all of your comments, because it helps us see from both sides and to learn and grow through it. You've also got 10 League of Giants members that when something like this comes up, when there's an issue or some sort of a stuck point where we feel like, hey, this needs to get addressed, there's 10 of us that counsel together and talk, and from all different backgrounds. That's the most beautiful thing in the world, and from all over in the world. And so we get together and we talk about this and figure out, okay, where do we need to come from, and how do we approach, moving forward. And so know that you've got support on the back end too, and we're doing our best to make sure that this is a place where you can share your giant's journey, and you can grow, and you can do the things you need. And if you need support or guidance or direction, that we're here to help as well. Hopefully these topics we can get on and talk about them live or even pre-recorded, but to help you on your giant's journey.
So I want to hit on this one. I left this up because it's not just religion. It's not just spirituality. It's the way we perceive the world. Mm-hmm. And then we hang on to that belief. And Debs, I see what you're saying here, But there's a chance in what you just said here to really look in the mirror around this, and why do you believe that? And there's this push in what's the way that this is stated, that others need to see it the same way from my point of view here. And it's we look for agreement with the way we see the world. We look for agreement in others, and even with the way we perceive things or experiences, we can turn that into a belief system, like a religion. And so you really want to be conscious of all of your thoughts. Is it yours? Is it a collective belief? Again, you're the one that chooses into that collective belief. And can you hold space for others to see it differently? Can you hold that space where they have their view and you have yours, and you create this model of relating with them from where they are?
Sandra, yeah, there you go. I saw something there.
Sandra,
it's not even that you have to relate. If you recognize that you can't hold space, that's fine. Recognize that and don't try to hold space, right? It's not that we have to, like, now if we're thinking everyone has to hold space and understand everyone, then we're doing the same thing. We're trying to control views. It's not even that you need to hold space. It's just recognizing that, okay, in this space, I can't hold space, so I'm out. I can't hold you.
Yeah.
So I'm out. Just
one of the best examples
not trying to hold space when you can't, because trying to hold space when you can't, that's felt.
Yeah. I love it. Brian, you had something?
I just was gonna say, Deb put on the screen about Jishnu. You want to talk about an example of being able to hold space no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're feeling, religion, race, it doesn't matter to that man. And if you don't follow Jishnu, you need to look at it. You don't have to do anything, really, Giants. You can do whatever you want to do, but I suggest that you go look at it, because
is Ryan sharing his beliefs here? Like,
yeah, I truly believe that your life will be blessed and your mind will be expanded in your Giants journey. You go take a look at Jishnu and the way that he loves people, no matter what. And
it's cool. But and I want to say within that, you could say that about God. You could say that about Buddha. You could say that about Jesus. You could say that about just your higher potential, if you don't believe in any God. And so each of us has these views, like a Jishnu or anything like that. Is we have this perspective, and it's important. A belief is something you hold dear, and so it's up to us to honor and allow people. It doesn't mean we have to accept the belief for ourselves. It's just we can allow you to have your belief. I can have mine. We can have our differences. We could still come together and work together. And so, man, we've gone on 23 minutes. This is just an energetic post. Any other thoughts coming up? I
have just something on shifting your own beliefs. So when we're doing this, and when we're a giant, we will shift our beliefs. Our beliefs as we move forward will shift as we expand and as we open up. And there's a part of us that wants to move faster than actually our belief system can. And you need to, where is it? Someone talks about where you don't want to take the whole foundation, or when you're pruning a tree, you don't just cut the whole tree down. You kind of have to prune off the edges, and then you move forward in. If you're taking on a new belief, or you're seeing someone else's view that you're kind of shifting your view, there's no need to rush it, or there's no need to grab onto it. And there's a part of your body that has to take it slow and let that process happen. For some reason, that felt important to bring up is our beliefs do move slowly, and you can't rush them. So even, okay, this is coming up. So maybe if you're shifting someone and you feel someone shifting, you have to give them that space. You don't have to do anything. But there is, even when they're shifting, they're not going to just shift like that. It's not a I'm here and now I'm here. There's a slow movement if it's healthy. to the other side.
Yeah. Les is hitting it on here. He's saying, I feel we must be very intentional in how we seek alignment, how we validate our beliefs, and how we challenge them. And it is intentional. It's conscious, and it's very focused. And so I went to press the heart emoji and saw the tacos. Easily distracted. I love it though. That's the type of humor we need. But man, thank each of you for having this conversation, and continue it in the comments, because there's value in the dialogue around this, and more as I go into the dialogue. I want to look at how am I showing up within that. And so each of you giants has a chance to really look at this and decide how you want to show up within this space of embracing differences.
Love that, Amy. It's a cellular. It's a shift on the cellular level, and that takes time, right?
Yeah. I have a hard time changing my cells just through sheer conscious will. It just tends
I
to
filed
just
an eviction order for some of my cells. They're slow to get out.
Well, dude, I could get off track on that pretty easy. Well, let's call this complete for now and continue the conversation in the chat. And man, just thank each of you for showing up within this and being, bringing your awareness to it. And so appreciate each of you. Thanks, Ryan and Sandra. Any other thoughts coming up before I wrap this up?
Thanks, Canada.
Yeah. And thank you to the person that was willing to share that you had a conflict here. Like, thank you for that, because you're opening the door for all of us to have this conversation. So I've done a lot of work, and I've still got a lot to do, a slow, intentional process. But that wouldn't have happened had this person not said something. And so, okay, guys, I'm going to show a few more here, and then we'll jump off. So thanks for being with us. Make it a giant day. Have a giant day. There's two parts to that. There's creating and receiving a giant day. And we will see you on the next video. Take care.